Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Eternals Wave Gilgamesh Build-A-Figure. Here we have Sprite. So we see the Eternals movie logo. Excuse me. Up at the top we get that E in the corner. We see Build-A-Figure Gilgamesh. Here we get the side artwork of Sprite. We get that Eternals logo there. Here on the back of the package we get that artwork. Same artwork from the side of Sprite. We have all the figures here in the wave to build Gilgamesh. We've looked at Icarus, McHugh. We are on Sprite. We did look at the Target exclusive Thena. Then we're going to be going on to Cersei, Phastos, Kingo, Druid, the Gilgamesh Build-A-Figure, and then rounding out with the Walmart exclusive Ajax figure. Sprite's bio reads, Sprite has the ability to cast lifelike illusions and is an Eternal, much stronger and cleverer than she appears. Cleverer than she appears? Shouldn't it be more clever than she appears? Cleverer? I'm going with more clever. Typo there in the grammar. So there is the Sprite figure. She is little, and yes, she has a large head. Now, I think from the trailer, it looks like her hair makes her head look big, but in action figure form, yeah, I think they just made her head look big. But let's get it out of the package, and then we'll kind of go from there and see, but it looks pretty big. Okay, so here is the Sprite figure out of the package. So she comes with the torso body piece for the Gilgamesh Build-A-Figure, and you can see here we get some deep greens with some bronzish gold color on there, and that looks pretty good. I don't know if that... I need to look at mine because there's a little bit of green there on the chest, and I don't know if that's supposed to all be gold or if that's just a problem with mine. I'll have to look at images. That looks a little funky, but interesting Build-A-Figure. So there is the torso piece for Gilgamesh. Here we have Sprite. The accessories that she comes with is a pair of fists. So out of the package she has just open like relaxed hands, and then she also has fists, so at least we get some kind of accessories with these figures. It would be nice if some of these ones had a little bit more energy type effects. I'm not really sure, you know, if she can cast illusions. I guess I don't know what they would do, but pretty interesting. This is a little figure. It's throwing me off because it's like little, right? But then you have like McHugh, and you can see Sprite's head is a hell of a lot bigger than McHugh's head, but there is a pretty big size difference there. So it's interesting. For those that, you know, have been getting the figures at Target or have been seeing them at Target and seeing that Target's getting solid cases of the figures and not the assortment cases, and you see they get one shipment of 8 and you automatically assume that they're peg warmers. It's too early to call them peg warmers. Will they likely peg warm? Yeah, probably. I'll even admit it. But just it's a little early right now. The movie hasn't even come out yet. But Target will not have Sprite and will not have Kingo. So again, if you're looking to complete the wave, or if you're just waiting for clearance or whatever the case may be for you, just keep in mind Target will not have Sprite in store, will not have Kingo in store. Those are going to be online only. So again, no Sprite in Target stores, no Kingo in Target stores. Walmart, yes, they'll get the assortment case. You can be able to find her. GameStop, wherever other stores you might be able to find Sprite. But again, you will not find Sprite at Target unless somebody bought it online and returned it in store. But I digress. Here is Sprite. Let's go ahead and zoom in and take a look. I actually really like the teal turquoise color with the silver. I think it actually looks really good. So you know, when these figures were first seen over a year ago, they were all kind of grainy photos. There weren't any real high-res photos or anything like that. And from far away, you know, without having seen the trailers or anything, not knowing what's going on, they look bad, right? But having these things in hand, there's some interesting design elements to it. The sculpt itself, crazy sculpted lines throughout the entirety of the figure. Not all of it's painted, but we do get some paint, and the paint that we get looks pretty good, like this teal that's like this metallic, like turquoise color, the silver, which is fairly metallic looking, like McHugh, that deep red that has some metallic to it, or Icarus with that shiny ass blue and gold. Thena not so much, because I think her colors are kind of muted to like a cream color and a little bit of gold. But yeah, these things actually look really good, and I think you have to have them out of package in hand to really look at. I mean, in package you can kind of see, but having them in your hand does make a big difference. But anyway, let's zoom in on Sprite. Okay, so here is a closer look at the Sprite figure. Yes, her head is big. Yes, let's get that out of the way. The head is too big for this body. So Glad we got that out of the way. Head is too big. I know, before everyone starts commenting. The head is too big. Another weird thing that I want to talk about is these crazy-ass looking old lady hands. Like, there's, like that's creepy looking, right? The skin tone looks a little funky to me. And then there's, like, wrinkles throughout the hand and stuff. Makes it look like an old lady hand, or that she's wearing some funky-ass gloves or something. So it's kind of weird. The skin tone just looks kind of off to me, too. I don't know what it is about the skin tone. It looks, like, pale, but, like, a sickly pale. It's just kind of odd. I don't know if you guys could see what I'm talking about, but it's a little bit weird. Dwight Stahl on a live stream had said something about having more time to work on the Eternals figures. They were able to get Sprite's hair right. I think these figures, I don't think they went back and made any adjustments to these figures. I do think maybe they did have a little bit more time based off of concept art and things like that. Maybe it was more accurate. I don't think they had more time to go back and make adjustments, because we know that these figures were sitting in a warehouse somewhere, because cases are showing up where it says street date January 3rd, 2021. Depending on where you get your boxes from, you might see some with stickers placed over it that then say October 1st, 2021. But you know, there was 10 months there where these figures had to be sitting. But looking at her hair, though, we actually do get some shading in there to kind of bring out the textures of the sculpt of the hair. So that looks pretty good. Again, I really like the teal color. We get like this part of the, almost like a cape that's glued on in the back there. But I really like the sculpted details and everything on there. But the turquoise looks really good. But look at all the sculpted detail throughout the whole figure. I mean, the legs, everywhere, the arms, the torso. Just kind of crazy. She's just really short, and it's weird. But looks cool. Anyway, let's zoom out for the articulation. It is much easier to keep Sprite in frame because she's so little. So she can look down that much. She can look up that much. Not a whole lot. Full rotation, of course. Crazy ass pivot going on there because it is on a dumbbell joint. The shoulder you can get to go up and out like so. Full rotation in there. Swivel at the elbow because it is a single jointed elbow, but we get a deep cut elbow in there so you can get more than 90 degrees. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge with the standard horizontal hinge. Diaphragm joint, so Sprite can pivot to her left that much. She can pivot to her right that much. She can go back a little bit. That cape does kind of hit the figure somewhat. Coming forward, not really a whole lot coming forward. We do have a swivel at that diaphragm joint there. Legs go out that far apart. She can kick forward that high. Leg goes back a little bit. We have an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed knees that are pinless. I forgot to mention that. That's a pinless knee. Because see, if they had pins in these, they would look really bad. So I'm glad they were able to get to go pinless on the elbows and knees for these figures. Well, elbows for the male characters. Foot hinges all the way down. A little bit of hinge up. Ankle pivot. Pegals at the bottom of the feet. She does have little feet because this figure is little. So let's see how she looks next to the rest of her Eternals family. And she's going to be tiny. Okay, so here is Sprite next to her other Eternals family member. So Makari, we have Icarus, and then Thena over there on the left. And you can see Thena is actually quite tall. I'm not sure how tall Angelina Jolie is in real life, but the Thena figure is maybe even taller than Icarus, or about the same height, whereas Makari is visibly shorter, and then Sprite is a hell of a lot shorter. And then when I throw in Crow, Sprite might come up to the top of his legs, maybe. It's a huge size difference, so let's zoom out and see that. Yep, that's a huge size difference there with Sprite next to Crow. Okay, and that is my review of the Sprite figure. Not a whole lot going on for it, but she is visibly small, which is kind of crazy. But I think it looks really good. I really like the colors. I think it makes the figure really pop and stand out. Who knows what she'll be able to do, what we'll see in the movie and everything. But again, I'm getting really excited for the movie. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited for Eternals? Did you get your tickets yet? What do you think of the Eternals figures? Did you pick up Sprite? I know you didn't at Target. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.